All right, so I'm gonna mute everyone. I do want you guys, so there is a little like comment area. So if you guys have questions, I am going to hi Hillary, good to see you. I'm gonna be asking you guys questions and participating and engaging. So definitely find the little comment area so that if you have any questions throughout, I see a lot of people saying hello. Elizabeth said, is it a good thing to start with Mercury direct? I think so. Mercury is the planet of communications, which is why it messes with our technology so lovingly and so much. So hi, Ivy, good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know if Sam is still on or if she hopped off, but Sam, the other option is down in the left-hand corner if you're on your computer. There's a little area that says like mute and stop video, and there's a little caret in between those two things. And you can select your microphone, you can select the speaker, all of that good stuff. So I'm actually going to, she's on mobile. Perfect. Okay, she's got it. Yay, fabulous. All right, everyone. I am super, super excited to get going today. For those of you that have done this before, hold on. For those of you that have done this before with me, I have retooled it a little bit. I've rearranged it a little bit. I've added in some different information. So even if you've done this before, hopefully, well, no, not hopefully, I know that there will be some new and exciting things coming from it for you. Molly says this is her second time. Awesome. So there's lots to learn. Super excited to get started. First things first, if you have not already, please make sure that you have joined the Facebook community. That is where, so immediately after this, I'll be in there asking you guys questions. And then tonight again, I'll be in there asking you guys questions as well. Already mentioned to get familiar with the little comment box so that you can engage and ask questions. Third, if you guys have trained with me at all over the last few years, you know I start all of my trainings this way. There are three kinds of people in the world. There are spectators, there are participants, and there are creators. Now, it's really important to distinguish between the three because the ones that are the creators are the ones who are going to get the most out of this training, and I'll tell you why. So spectators are going to watch, maybe for the first few days, maybe for the entire thing, I don't know, but they're going to be filled with skepticism. They're going to think this isn't going to work. They're not going to do the homework. They're not going to apply anything they've learned. They're not going to engage in the Facebook community, and they are not going to create jack shit during the next 6 days. But the thing about this is that the reason that they're not going to succeed with this is not because of me and not because of the content that I'm going to be teaching you guys. The participants are going to be half in, half out. They're going to be on the fence the entire time. They may watch all the videos, they may not. Life might get in the way, they might get distracted, they're going to flake out, and they're not going to have created anything because they're not committed. They're probably, maybe they'll do some of the homework, maybe they won't do some of the homework, but they're definitely not going to be fully in the training. Now, the creators, the reason I say the creators are the ones that are going to really thrive in this training is because they're going to show up for every single call. And now whether or not they can make it live every day, they're going to prioritize watching the replay when they can. They're going to do all the homework. They're going to apply everything. Because the thing about this training is that none of you need any more information. If you needed information, if you needed the information I'm about to give you, you can fucking Google it. You don't need to be sitting in on this training for 6 days if you're just looking for information. What's going to change your life or the life of the creators who decide to show up for this are that they're going to apply this. They're going to be doing all the homework. They're going to be commenting on all the Facebook threads. They're going to be starting conversations in the Facebook community, asking questions, sharing their wins, encouraging the other participants, and they're probably going to walk away saying this was the best training I ever experienced. But again, not because of me, not because of the information I'm about to present, because they've committed to showing up for themselves in this training, and they've committed to making this an experience that shifts their life. So I want you to decide right now, how do you want to show up for this training? Do you want this training to be like that thing you did that one time? Or do you want to actually use this training to drastically shift the trajectory of your life? Because both options are available to you right now in this moment. You can choose either one. You get to decide what you want, but you have to decide. Okay? So for those of you, you know that I do this. Let me know. Alicia already says, I'm in to drastically shift my life. I'm tired of being in my own way. Amazing. Carly's already in the Facebook community. Awesome. So comment in the box. How are you willing to show up during this training? Do you want to, Carissa said, I started out as a participant when I joined and eventually chose to be a creator, and she chooses to be a creator again. Awesome. Hillary's all in. Sarah's here as a creator. Amazing. I'm super, super excited. Carol here is a creator. Awesome. Kat, a creator through and through. Amazing. Jesse, creator. Valerie, creator. Oh, wow. Tracy is ready to hear. Oh my gosh, guys, the comments are coming so fast. They're like, I can't even read them. Kate's so fucking ready. Yeah, you are, girl. Robbie's a creator. Tracy's ready to make a huge change. Lynn is down with 100%. And Logan's here to be a creator. Sam's a creator. Hannah's a creator. Amazing. Oh my God. I love this, you guys. This is so awesome. You literally are commenting so fast, I can't even keep up with them. Yay. All right. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's jump right in. So over the next 6 days, we're going to dream. We're going to dream big. We are going to create some shit. Anyone that's trained with me before knows that I don't take this stuff lightly. Like, we're here to go all in, and we're going to co-create with all that is, all the energy, everything that's available to us. So this week, I don't want you to ask if your dreams are crazy. I get that a lot from people that want to work with me, and they're like, Brie, am I nuts? Like, am I absolutely crazy? This thing that I want is fucking ridiculous. Am I crazy? The question I want you guys to ask yourself this week is, are my dreams crazy enough? So we fall into these habits, these patterns of being like, well, I just want this. And I'll share more with you as we're talking through this. But whatever you aim yourself towards is exactly what you will create for yourself. So I want you to dream crazy this week. And you are an amazing community of people who are here to dream crazy this week. The universe doesn't care if you dream of surviving or if you dream of thriving. So the universe doesn't care if you want to, just make enough money to get by, or if you want to make all the money in the world. The universe doesn't care. It will deliver you whatever you ask for. So my question to people is always, why would you aim yourself at surviving and like just getting by when you have the power within you to create an absolutely thriving life experience for yourself? Our intention, that destination that we see in our minds of where we want to go, our intention will be what determines where we go. So again, if you intend to just get by, that's exactly what you're going to create for yourself. If you intend to thrive, that is exactly what you're going to create for yourself. So I want you to, all of you everyone uses their phones for the map feature, right? When we're going somewhere that we don't know where we're going, we pull up maps, we put in the destination, and handy dandy little Google and Apple takes us there, right? So now imagine pulling up your phone and opening up your map app and saying, just take me anywhere. What would your phone do? Like, what would Siri do? Siri would be like, I need a destination. I can't take you anywhere that you don't know that you want to go. You have to be the one. That has to come from you. You can't just can't just be like, well, just take me anywhere. You have to be very clear about, what do you want? Where do you want to go? We have the free will to set our personal maps app in whatever direction we want to go. And whatever direction we set is exactly where we're going to be directed. Does that make sense for everyone? Can you Carol's got a thumbs up. Can you see that in your mind, that she's writing it all down. I love it. So let's look at some examples quick. So when Beyonce decided to become Beyonce, right, Sasha Fierce, she didn't just set out to be another singer. When Serena decided that she was going after what she was going after, she didn't just set out to be like the okayest tennis player from Englewood, California. Angelina didn't set out to simply be an actress. All of these examples, each of them dreamt of much more than just surviving. Now, I don't know about Beyonce and Angelina. I'm not super familiar with their stories, but I know for a fact that Serena Williams set out to be the best athlete in the world ever. So notice that. She didn't set out to be the best tennis player. She set out to be the best athlete. And she didn't just set out to be the best athlete in Inglewood, California. She set out to be the best athlete in the world. And she's pretty much fucking there. Like, she is dominating right now because that's where she set her personal GPS towards. And now this isn't saying you need to set out to be Sasha Fierce or the best tennis player, or these are simply just examples. And whatever that is for you, whatever that is, if that's being the best mom to your children, do that, right? So no judgments about what your dream is. All of our dreams are going to look individual. All of us are unique. We all have a different thumbprint, fingerprint. All of our dreams are going to be unique to us. But I really want to encourage you to expand past that energy of just simply getting by. Will you give yourself permission over the next 6 days, well, starting with the next 6 days, right, to create your deepest desires? Those ones that are so big that your brain is like, that could never happen. Oh, I just wrote something in my journal the other day that is so appropriate to this. There is no rewind. There is no dream too big for the universe to create. Think about that for a second. There is no dream too big for the universe to create. Now, the universe isn't just creating it. We get to be active co-creators, which is what you're going to learn this week. But there is no dream too big. There's not. So what are you going to dream? So I'll give you an example of this. 2 years ago, actually like next week, 2 years ago next week, I was on my way to Bali. I had just finished up doing 2 of these back to back in 2016 and had succeeded in creating my first 6-figure year. And I was getting ready to set my goals for the following year, 2017, and had just kind of intended like, oh, I'll like 1.5 or 2 times my income next year. I'll 1.5 to 2 times my service to the world next year. And while I was in Bali, my commitment was to do a ton of personal healing. And so I went to see a healer while I was there. And, you know, we sat down and we were chatting about all this stuff. And she looked at me in one point and said, "What are you waiting for?" And I was like, "I'm Bree Seely. I don't wait for anything. Are you kidding me? I don't wait for shit." And she looked at me and she said, "Then why are you waiting to build $1 million business?" And I just had this like total mind blown moment where I was like, holy shit, that's available to me now. Like, I can start aiming my GPS towards that now. Like, that's available to me now. And it was just this major, like, mic drop moment where I was like, why would I wait to set my GPS towards the real destination? A destination where I'm serving thousands around the world at a time and not just on special occasions. One where I'm using my wealth to birth international foundations to support women and girls around the world to thrive in their lives. One where I'm creating the thriving life of my dreams rather than settling for a destination that I'm only marginally happy with, right? So this is where I want you guys to truly start asking yourself, what does my thriving life look like? Like, what is that vision? What is that thriving vision? So that healer illuminated within me what was possible and what I was capable of in a way I hadn't been able to see for myself. And my goal is to do this for you this week, because I firmly believe that anything less than your true, deepest desire is a waste of your time, your energy, and your resources. And anything in your life telling you that that's not available to you or is not possible for you is lying to you. The same energy that flows through all of the cosmos, the same power that flows through all of the cosmos flows through you. It moves through your veins. And you fucking deserve to live that life that you want. Those desires that you have, you deserve it simply through the fact that you exist. You deserve it. So the same things that make up the trees and the mountains and the sun and the snow make up you. The same energy that's moving through all of the planets in our multiverse is moving through you. So today, when you look in the mirror, I don't want you to see the same old shit. I don't want you to see the same old you. I want you to look past that and truly begin to recognize the truth that is living within you. You are the universe incarnate. There's nothing different than you and every other thing that makes up our world. There's nothing you can't do. And everything that you desire, those deepest desires that you have, those big, big, big dreams, all of it is possible. So the question I really, really, really want you to look at today is, if you knew that you had the power within you to create anything in the world, what would it be and why? If you had the power to create anything, what would it be and why? That's your first question that I really want you to dive into today. That's part one of the homework. And now there's going to be people on this call that are like, I don't actually know. I don't know what I would create. That's okay. That's totally okay. Carol, me. Give yourself permission today to sit down and dream. Give yourself a half an hour, give yourself 2 half hours, whatever that is, and dream. And don't just think about what's likely. Don't just think about what others think is likely. Don't just think of what's quote unquote possible. Do not base this on what your life currently looks like. This is your opportunity to really, really tap in to your heart and soul and like really connect into, what do you want? If you had a magic wand and you knew that you had the power in your hand to create anything, what would it be and why? So again, that's part one of the homework. You have full permission to daydream today. Get in touch with that part of yourself and give yourself permission to want, like deeply desire. So I'll tell you a really funny story. My sister and I visited Santa, and we were standing in line. We were like a good, 3 feet taller than any of the others waiting to see Santa. And when it was our turn, we, one on either side of Santa, and he looks to his left to me and says, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I looked at him and I said, "I'm ready to meet my husband." And he looked at my sister and said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And she said, "I want a butter dish." And my family got a real big laugh out of this. I see all of you laughing as well. It's funny, right? And I looked at her and I said, "I really need to teach you to dream. I really need to teach you to dream." The good news is she's going to get her butter dish, and she has the power to create so much more in her life. And just like I have the power within me to welcome my husband into my life, and he's coming in the next few months, and you have the power to create more than just okay in your life as well. So tap into your heart and your soul and dream today. Give yourself permission to go to that place. That's part one. So now part two is also very important. Because, are we going to create this massive thing, right? Like, it's I'm 2 years into this vision of creating $1 million business, and I'm still not there. So am I going to create it in the next 6 days? Probably not. So my question to you is, and I want you guys to comment, how do you eat an elephant? Now, those of you that have trained with me before, you know the answer to this. I know, but how do you eat an elephant? Tell me. Tell me. Jesse, one bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Yep. Perfect. Look at all these one bite at a times coming in. I love it. So this week, for us to see if we're dreaming as big as we can dream, it's probably not all going to come into place and like snap into place in 6 days, right? So I know for myself, like my dream is so big that a week is not enough. So I want you to make sure you're taking at least one bite this week. And the way you're going to do that is that you are going to focus on an aspect of your dream. So for example, Amber joined this training last time, and her dream is to become an internationally well-paid model. Now, the totality of that dream did not come to pass in the last challenge, but the first step did. She took a massive bite out of that dream. She applied everything she learned here and walked away with a modeling agent who is now sending her on casting calls to help the rest of her dream come true. So I want you today, in addition to dreaming big, I want you to decide, what is that bite going to be this week? In the next 6 days, what is that bite that you are going to work with the universe to co-create for yourself this week? So focus creates fire. I want this bite to be really focused. Remember, when the energy of the sun hits the earth, when it's spread out, when it's diffused over the totality of the earth, it doesn't really create a huge impact. But when we take a magnifying glass and we funnel all of that energy through one single beam, it starts a fire. So after you dream today, I want you to identify one bite. Oh, god darn it. Of course. And it's ringing through my email, which I also have open. Goodness. So after you dream today, I want you to find one bite to take. And we're going to use your focus this week to create that fire. To help you take that bite, to create that fire, to focus on that one bite, okay? So that's part 2. So again, part 1, dream big. Big vision. Get really, really clear on what are you putting into your GPS? What are you putting in your Maps app? Step 2, what bite are you going to take out of it this week? Okay? So one final note about this, and I will help you guys with this. I will walk you through it in the Facebook group, okay? It's really, really, really common when you're first beginning this work to look at your dreams in terms of what you don't want. So you're probably living right now some sort of something that you don't want, and you want to shift away from what you don't want into creating something different for yourself. Now, the hard part is our eyesight is so focused on this life that we have filled with these things that we don't want. So a lot of times when people do this work, their dream becomes, just as an example, I don't want a shitty job where I'm working weekends and I'm underpaid. The hard part about that sentence is that the focus of that sentence is having a shitty job where you're working weekends and underpaid. Even if you say, I don't want, it doesn't matter. The energy of that statement is shitty job, working weekends, underpaid. So what you want to do is, if that's your first instinct is like, well, I don't want this, you have to take that and you have to shift it into what you do want. So the example that I'm giving, I don't want a shitty job where I'm working weekends and underpaid, shifts to, I have an amazing job that allows me to work weekdays only, and I'm generously paid for my work. Okay? Now, it might sound like I'm saying the same thing. I am not saying the same thing. The energy of the statement is in the words you use, even if you use don't or not. The universe doesn't hear positive and negatives. It just hears what you say. And if you say shitty job, working weekends, unpaid, the universe is like, got it. Shitty job, working weekends, unpaid. Here you go. Okay? So you want to focus on what it is that you want, because the universe will give you more of what you're focusing on. All right? Suzanne said, what if you thought your dream was one thing, but you're not sure if that's what it should be? All right, Suzanne, I know enough about you to know that get general. So you've thought that your dream is very, very, very specific. It has to be this business. It has to look this way. It has to be, this specific skill set. It has to be in this specific area. It has to look exactly like this. Get general. What I know about you is that you want to be utilizing your skills. You want to be making a lot of money. Will that come through the current business in which you're operating? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. Don't be so specific if that's preventing you, or if that's feeling blocked for you right now. Go general. I want to be utilizing my skills in the best way possible and making a ton of money at it. Because what that's going to do is that's going to take your options from like this little minuscule path that the universe can deliver it for you to this. What that's going to do is it's going to take the universe from delivering it to you via one option to having a million different ways to deliver you what it is that you're asking for. Okay? So if you're not quite sure, get general. I don't know exactly what it is I want, but I know enough to know that this generality is what I want. When you can get general, things will start popping into your field. One of the clients in my 6-month training right now is getting job offers left and right. She's very clear that she wants a different job. She wants to be making more money. She wants different hours. That's enough. She's getting job offers left and right. I think she has 10 job interviews this week, or had 10 this week, or 10 for the coming week or something. So she now has all of these options, and she's going to do all the job interviews, and then she's going to get to pick. Which one do I want? Which one aligns best with my needs? So get general. Valerie says, is it okay to add an emotion to that? Like, I want to love whatever it is I create. Absolutely. We're going to be tapping into some emotions tomorrow. So absolutely get clear on how it feels. That's going to give you a leg up for what we do tomorrow, which is great. So today, remember, dream big. If you can't be specific with it, be general, and that's okay. Take a bite and focus on what you want. Cleo says, I've been trying to get this goal to happen for 10 years. I work in theater, but can't ever get a Broadway audition despite having worked consistently in theater for a decade. What can I do differently? Why are you attached to it being a Broadway audition? What if you could get an audition in a different area? What if you would get a commercial audition? What if you would get a movie role audition? What if you could get an off-Broadway audition? Like, get general. Don't be so specific. Having it look a certain way. How many shows are on Broadway right now? Maybe 30? Open that up. Let the universe bring it to you however it's going to bring it to you. My guess would be that there are other auditions that have come your way that are not Broadway that you've been closed off to because you've been so focused that it has to look a certain way. Okay? Jasmine says, keeping it in a positive vibration and be specific. Yes. Be as specific as you want to be. If you feel like being specific is hindering you, like I just said with Cleo and with Suzanne, get general. Hannah says, I have a lot of feelings of guilt, both rational and irrational. Do I deserve this? Could I be taking money from other people? How do I deal with these? We're going to get to that, I believe, in day 3, Hannah. So just be aware of them. Be conscious of them when they're coming up. Maybe write them down, put them somewhere so that they're getting out of your body, and just they're still there. You can still address them. You can still deal with them. But you just get them out of yourself so they're not rattling around inside of you. Chris says, find general auditions in the country. Go to Seattle or Chicago. Very true. One of my best friends, who also was a client for a little bit, was in New York trying to get auditions and do all this stuff. He moved to Seattle and he's fully booked out for the next like 2 years. Like his career in Seattle is thriving. He's getting auditions up the yin yang. He's getting awards like crazy. Like he's doing all of this stuff and there's so much momentum and he's getting to do the pieces that actually light him up as well. They're not just fluff pieces. They're like addressing racial inequalities and gender biases and like all these things. So my invitation to you is to really also tap into that why as well. Like, why does it fucking matter that it's on Broadway? If you're doing theater and you're passionate and you're lit up and you're making money from it, and it's like, why does it matter that it's on Broadway? Why is your ego so fucking attached to it being on Broadway? All things to look at. No judgments with any of that, just offerings to, Kat says, Minneapolis too, it's banging. So true. I've been seeing a lot of theater while I've been here. Alicia says, I can't do much for yoga stuff yet, but I can expand on my massage business in the meantime. I will open up expansion for that until I can create things with my yoga business after I graduate. Super good, Alicia. The other thing I would say too is like, why not start pre-planning? My boyfriend right now is in a not nutrition, but like health and wellness kind of training right now. And he's like, well, I have to wait to build my website until I'm certified. And I'm like, why not fucking build your website now? Like, why wait the 10 weeks? Why not take the 10 weeks to build your website so that when the 10 weeks is over, your website is done and you can launch it? Because if you wait the 10 weeks to build your website and then it takes you another 10 weeks to build your website, that's fucking half the year that's gone. That's 6 months gone out the window. Bye. So yeah, maybe you can't be teaching yoga right now because you're not fully certified, but you can start building towards that. On Squarespace, there's a way to have pages that are not active. Build out all your yoga pages. Order new business cards. Like, there are things you can do right now to be preparing for that. You don't have to wait. Carol said, I got thrown a major curveball at my job that I thought was the perfect job. Now I'm not sure and doubting everything. It might not have been the perfect job for you. It might have been a good job that was like a buffer, a filler to get you from one place to the next. And now you get to create something even better. You're in an infinitely better place, Carol, than you were a year ago. And so you created that job from kind of being in the place of like, I know what I don't want. And now you're in a much more powerful place within yourself so that now you can create more of what you do want. I think it's brilliant. Alicia says, I'm creating a website. Awesome. Totally. Clearly you're getting signs from multiple places. So I love it. Cleo says, my ego is a problem for sure. Society tells me that I only have value if I'm on Broadway. Ooh. And casting directors echo this sentiment. Cleo, day 3 is going to be great for you to really look at your belief system because that's their shit. That's not yours. And if you're basing your dream, I said at the beginning, don't dream based on what other people think is possible. Dream based on what you want, what you think is possible, right? Awesome. Amazing. So we're a little over time. I got to a lot more questions this time, which is great. Super, super excited. So how this is going to go from here, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be in the Facebook group asking you a question about the training today. You want to make sure to engage with that. Also tonight at 5:55 Eastern time, you'll notice I'm big into angel numbers. 5:55 Eastern time, I'll be in the Facebook group again, asking what your big dream is and what your focus is. All right. So I want you guys to really dive into this today, really get deep with this, get clear on what those two things are for you, and then share it in the Facebook group. There is nothing more powerful than taking a stand for yourself and being witnessed in it by other people. And there's 40 some participants on the call today. There's 600 people signed up for this training. So there are a lot of people who are going to be witnessing and celebrating and helping you be in the energy of creating what it is that you want. Valerie asked, what are angel numbers? So they're repeating numbers. Hillary's seeing angel numbers 3 times a day. I had a really interesting experience the other night. Like I said, I've been sick. I woke up at 11:11. I woke up at 1:11. I woke up at 2:22. I woke up at 3:33. And then I woke up at 5:13, which is not an angel number, but I was born on May 13th, which is 5:13. which was just a weird, like all in one night, right? Like all between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., all of these things happen. So angel numbers are typically there to just give you little winks and nudges. I always see it as I'm on the right path, or, you know, my guides, my cosmic team wants to communicate something to me. Each set of numbers means a little something different. You can always go on Google and search like 111 angel numbers and it'll come up. Yeah, there's all sorts of information online about it. So thank you guys for joining live this morning. It was so good to see all of your faces. I'm so excited to see what this week comes of for all of you. I'm so excited to hold space for all of you to achieve that big bite in your life, to dream big, and to like really truly let yourself be in the energy of what is possible for you this week. So if any of you guys have any questions from the training, drop them in the Facebook community. I will be in and out of there all day today. I do have a few clients. I have a hypnotherapy client and some calls I have to make, but I'll be in and out of the group, answering questions, supporting you guys. So grateful you're all here. If you want to rewatch this, the replay will be going up within the next hour. You'll get an email about it. And I will see you all tomorrow morning. So thank you for all being creators. I love you all madly. I can't wait to see what your dreams are, and go have a kick-ass day. Oh, also, today is the new moon, and so it is literally the perfect day to be doing this as well. I was doing my full moon ritual right before I got on the call, and today is a huge, huge, huge day of possibility. So be in the energy of this, be in the joy of this. Tell your ego to just take a break today. It can just like sit this one out. It can just go hang out in the corner. You've got other things to do. Your ego can come back later, but you have things to focus on today, and your ego does not need to be involved in any way, shape, or form. Hillary says she's holding crystals. This was the crystal that joined me in my ritual this morning, and I was holding on to it during the whole time. It's a rutilated quartz, so it's clear quartz that is filled with copper, which is pretty cool. If you hold it up in the sun, it looks like it's exploding. It's beautiful. And Brittany, I will drop my full moon ritual. I use a website called Forever Conscious. So you go to Forever Conscious, they have a full moon ritual. I use their full moon ritual, or new moon, sorry, every month. So they're brilliant, brilliant, brilliant resource. All right. Chris says, excited to be able to watch this live. So excited to have you here. Go forth and be kick-ass today. Go forth and dream big. Go forth and get ready to take that big bite out of your elephant today. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.